Everybody thought this fight would never happen. For years, boxing fans kept hearing the same promise. Fury versus Joshua is close. Talks are progressing. Contracts are being discussed. And every single time, something went wrong. A new opponent appeared. A title got involved. An injury happened. Or somebody changed their mind. The fight that should have happened years ago kept slipping away. Now suddenly, it feels different. Tyson Fury is no longer talking like a man who wants options. He's talking like a man who wants one final mission. One target. One name. Anthony Joshua. And what makes this story even crazier is how fast everything changed. Just months ago, people were asking whether Fury was serious about boxing anymore. The retirement talk. The comeback talk. The constant uncertainty. Nobody knew what version of Tyson Fury would show up. Then he returned. And the moment he stepped back into a boxing ring, the entire heavyweight division started moving again. But here's where things get interesting. Fury isn't just returning. He's sending warnings. Public warnings. The kind that get fans talking. The kind that make headlines. The kind that feel personal. Because every interview starts drifting back to the same subject. Anthony Joshua. Not Usyk. Not the young contenders. Not the champions. Joshua. And that's what has boxing fans paying attention. Because Fury has spent years playing mind games better than anybody. When he repeatedly mentions one fighter, it's usually for a reason. Meanwhile, Anthony Joshua is quietly preparing for his own comeback. No screaming. No wild interviews. No outrageous statements. Just training. Working. Waiting. And some people think that might actually be dangerous for Fury. Because this version of Joshua isn't chasing attention anymore. He's chasing redemption. Think about everything Joshua has gone through. The shocking loss to Andy Ruiz. The Usyk defeats. The criticism. The memes. The endless debates about whether he was finished. Most fighters never recover from that kind of pressure. Joshua did. And now he's somehow back in the middle of the biggest fight in British boxing. But while Fury and Joshua move toward each other, Oleksandr Usyk is still standing right in the middle of everything. And that's creating another layer of drama. Because Usyk just came through one of the strangest heavyweight fights anyone expected to see. Against kickboxing superstar Rico Verhoeven. A fight that many people dismissed before it happened. Then suddenly, it became competitive. Really competitive. Competitive enough that controversy exploded after the stoppage. Now fans are arguing over what should happen next. Should Usyk give Verhoeven a rematch? Should he fight a mandatory challenger? Should Fury get a third chance? Or should boxing finally stop delaying Fury versus Joshua? Nobody agrees. And that's exactly why the heavyweight division feels alive again. Every direction leads to a massive fight. Every option creates another headline. Every interview creates another argument. And underneath all of it, there's one uncomfortable reality. Fury versus Joshua is no longer a fantasy. It's getting close enough that people are starting to worry. Because boxing fans have been hurt before. Too many times. They've watched dream fights collapse at the last second. And that's why nobody fully trusts this situation yet. Not until both men actually walk into the ring. Even online, fans are saying the same thing. They'll believe it when they see it. Because before Fury and Joshua can finally meet, both men still have business to handle. Both men still have camps to survive. Both men still have opponents standing in front of them. And heavyweight boxing has a funny way of destroying plans when everyone starts getting excited. But then something happened this week that made people sit up. Promoter Frank Warren revealed that Fury's next fight announcement was imminent. Not months away. Not next year. Now, that changed the conversation instantly. Because once a warm-up fight gets announced, the countdown starts. And suddenly, the Joshua showdown stops feeling like a rumor. It starts feeling real. Which raises a massive question. What if Tyson Fury loses? Nobody wants to talk about it. But what if it happens? What if the comeback story ends before Joshua ever gets his chance? What if the heavyweight division takes another unexpected turn? Because if boxing has taught fans anything, it's that nothing is guaranteed. Especially when Tyson Fury is involved. And the deeper you look into what's happening behind the scenes, the more explosive this story becomes. Because there are now whispers about timelines, fight dates, locations, negotiations, and one major concern that could still destroy everything. A concern that has already ruined huge fights before. And if it happens again, the biggest fight in British boxing history could disappear one more time. That concern? The warm-up fights. The one thing standing between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. And ironically, it could be the thing that destroys the fight. Think about it. Fans have waited years for Fury versus Joshua. Yet before they finally face each other, both men are taking dangerous fights first. And promoters are openly admitting the risk. Frank Warren said what every boxing fan was already thinking. If Joshua loses, the mega fight could collapse. Just like that. Gone. And that fear is everywhere right now. Because heavyweight boxing doesn't care about plans. One punch changes everything. One cut changes everything. One bad night changes everything. That's why every training camp update matters. Every sparring rumor matters. Every injury rumor matters. Fans know how fragile this situation is. Then Fury added even more pressure. Instead of waiting for Joshua, he wants another fight first. Classic Tyson Fury. Most fighters would protect the payday. Protect the biggest event. Not Fury. His attitude is simple. If I get knocked out, I get knocked out. That's the gamble. That's the risk. And that's why people are fascinated by him. You never know what's coming next. One week he's retired. The next week he's posting training videos. Then he's announcing another fight. Then calling out Anthony Joshua. Then talking about Usyk. Then talking about legacy. The man creates headlines everywhere he goes. And now the pressure is shifting toward Joshua. Because this fight means more to him. For Fury, it's legacy. For Joshua, it's redemption. It's personal. He spent years hearing the same criticism. He can't beat Fury. Fury's too slick. Fury's too smart. Fury's too awkward. Imagine hearing that for years. Imagine carrying that every day. Then finally getting the chance to answer it.